In this class, we will discuss about the pumps. The function of the pump is a mechanical device is used to increase the pressure energy of a liquid. The main function of the pump is it is the mechanical device which convert the mechanical energy into hydraulic energy and to increase the pressure energy of liquid. It is driven by some external source. Generally, the pumps are used to lift the water from the lower level to higher level. The main function of the pump is to lift the water from the lower level to higher level. The classification of the pumps are the two types. One is the positive displacement pump, another one is the rotodynamic pump. In the positive displacement pump, the pressure of the liquid is increased by pulling or displacing it with a piston. In the positive displacement pump, the pressure of the liquid is increased by pushing or the displacing it with a piston. Then this type of pump is called as a positive displacement pump. The example of the positive displacement pump is reciprocating pump. The another one is the rotodynamic pump. The pressure of the liquid is increased by dynamic action of rotating element. So in this case, we are increasing the pressure of the liquid by rotodynamic action. That element name is called as a impeller. The example of the rotodynamic pump is the centrifugal pump. Generally, in this class we discuss about the single acting reciprocating pump. So this is the diagram of the single acting reciprocating pump. The main parts of the reciprocating pumps are, the first one is the cylinder, and the second one is the piston with the piston rod. In the cylinder, the piston, with help of the piston rod, it is reciprocated inside the cylinder, and the connecting rod and crank mechanism. So the piston is connected to connecting rod and connecting rod is connected to crankshaft. According to the rotation of the crank, the connecting rod, rotary motion of the crank is connected into reciprocating motion of a piston, and a section pipe with the section delivery valve, and a section valve, and a delivery pipe with the delivery valve. These are the five main components of a single acting reciprocating pump. The cylinder, piston with the piston rod and connecting rod and a crank mechanism, and a section pipe with the section valve, and a delivery pipe with the delivery valve. That is the working of the single acting reciprocating pump. In a single acting reciprocating pump, the liquid enters on one side of the piston only. In this case, the single acting, the liquid is entering into the piston in the only one way, one side of the piston only. If the piston is reciprocating inside the cylinder, the piston is reciprocate inside the cylinder as the crank rotate. Whenever the crank is rotate clockwise or anti-clockwise, according to the crank is connected to connecting rod. With help of the connecting rod, the piston is reciprocate inside the engine cylinder. The to and fro motion of the piston is moved from the left side to right side or right side to left side. It creates the suction, it creates the vacuum and compression inside the engine cylinder. Compression inside the engine cylinder. In this process, the compression and suction, there are the two strokes. In the first stroke, the section stroke, when the crank turns in a clockwise direction, when the crank is rotated in a clockwise direction from the point A to B, the piston is moving from the left side to right side. When the piston is moving from the left side to right side, the vacuum is created in the left space of the cylinder, and in this case the crank is rotated in a clockwise direction. This crank is rotated from the point A to point B. The piston moves towards the right side, where the left side is vacuum is created into the cylinder. The vacuum causes the suction of the liquid from the sump. The sump is below. The bottom of the bottom pipe is the suction pipe, and along with the suction valve. When this vacuum is created, the suction valve is open, and from this sump the water is coming into the engine cylinder, during the section stroke is completed when the crank reaches the point B. In this case, in the section stroke, when the crank is rotated from the point A to B, the piston is moving from the left side to right side. When the piston is moving from the right side, the left side vacuum is created in the cylinder. Due to this vacuum, the suction valve is open, and the liquid is entering into the cylinder from the tail race or sump. This action is completed when the crank is reaches to the point B. The another stroke is the discharge stroke. When the vacuum is filled with the liquid, the suction valve is closed. Then the crank is rotated from the point B to A. The crank is rotated from the point B to A. The piston is moving from the right side to left side, towards the left. The increasing the pressure inside the cylinder, the high pressure inside the engine causes the suction valve is closed and the delivery valve is open. Therefore, the high pressure liquid flows out the cylinder into the delivery pipe. The discharge stroke will be completed from the crank reaches from the position B to A. So, this is the working of a single acting reciprocating pump.